Today our topic is the power of negative visualization. This is a concept that comes from Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life. Stoicism is not about being emotionless or cold. It is about understanding what we can control and what we cannot, and focusing our energy on what we can change. Negative visualization is one of the tools Stoics use to build resilience, gratitude, and peace of mind. It might sound strange at first, but thinking about negative things can actually help us live better lives. Let me explain how. Negative visualization is the practice of imagining the worst-case scenarios in life. It is not about being pessimistic or expecting bad things to happen all the time. Instead, it is about preparing ourselves mentally for challenges and appreciating what we have right now. For example, imagine losing your job or a loved one or your health. These are painful thoughts, but by imagining them, we can prepare ourselves emotionally and mentally. If these things ever happen, we will be ready to face them. And if they don't happen, we will feel more grateful for the good things in our lives. Why does this work? Because humans have a natural tendency to take things for granted. When something good happens, we enjoy it for a while, but then we get used to it. This is called the Hedonic Treadmill. We keep wanting more and more, and we are never satisfied. Negative visualization helps us step off this treadmill. By imagining the loss of what we have, we can see the value of it more clearly. For example, think about your ability to see. Most of us don't think about our vision until we have a problem with it. But if you close your eyes and imagine being blind, even for a few seconds, you will appreciate your sight much more. This is the power of negative visualization. Another benefit of this practice is that it reduces fear. Many of us are afraid of failure, rejection, or loss. These fears can hold us back from taking risks and pursuing our dreams. But when we imagine the worst-case scenario, we realize that it is not as bad as we thought. For example, if you are afraid of public speaking, imagine the worst thing that could happen. Maybe you forget your words, or people laugh at you. It would be embarrassing, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. By facing this fear in your mind, you can reduce its power over you. You can also prepare for it. If you forget your words, you can pause, take a deep breath, and continue. If people laugh, you can laugh with them. This way, you are not controlled by fear. Negative visualization also helps us deal with unexpected events. Life is unpredictable. No matter how much we plan, things can go wrong. This is why the Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. By imagining the worst, we can prepare for it. For example, if you are going on a trip, imagine what could go wrong. Maybe your flight gets canceled or you lose your luggage. If you think about these possibilities, you can make a plan. You can have a backup flight or pack essential items in your carry-on. This way, if something bad happens, you will be ready. And if nothing bad happens, you will enjoy your trip even more, because you are not worried. But negative visualization is not just about preparing for problems. It is also about appreciating the present moment. We often forget how lucky we are. We have food, shelter, health, and people who care about us. But we don't think about these things until they are gone. Negative visualization reminds us to be grateful for what we have. It helps us focus on the present instead of always chasing the future. For example, instead of worrying about your next promotion, think about what you have now. You have a job, an income, and skills that you can use. By appreciating these things, you can feel more content and less stressed. Some people might say that negative visualization is depressing. They think that focusing on bad things will make us unhappy. But this is not true. Negative visualization is not about dwelling on negativity. It is about facing reality and finding strength in it. The Stoics believe that we cannot avoid suffering in life, but we can choose how we respond to it. By imagining the worst, we can build resilience and courage. We can learn to accept whatever happens and find peace in any situation. Let me give you an example from history. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher. He faced many challenges during his rule, including wars, plagues, and betrayals. But he remained calm, strong because he practiced negative visualization. Every day, he reminded himself that life is short and unpredictable. He imagined losing his power, his wealth, and even his life. This helped him appreciate what he had and prepared him for any difficulty. He wrote in his journal, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This is the essence of negative visualization. It reminds us that life is precious and fragile, and we should make the most of it. So how can you practice negative visualization in your own life? It is simple. Take a few minutes every day to imagine the worst-case scenarios. Think about losing your job, your health, or your loved ones. Feel the emotions that come with these thoughts. Then remind yourself that these things are not happening right now. You still have your job, your health, and your loved ones. This will help you appreciate them more. You can also use negative visualization to prepare for challenges. If you have a big presentation, imagine what could go wrong. If you are starting a new relationship, imagine how it could end. By facing these fears, you can reduce their power and be ready for anything. Negative visualization is not about being negative. It is about being realistic and grateful. It is about understanding that life is full of ups and downs, and we need to be prepared for both. By practicing this, we can build resilience, reduce fear, and appreciate the present moment. We can live more fully and peacefully, no matter what happens. So take a moment today to think about the worst that could happen. Then take a deep breath and be grateful for what you have. This is the power of negative visualization. It is a simple but powerful tool that can change the way you see life. Use it wisely, and you will find strength and peace in any situation.